Now let's create a store for private centers. So those with registration numbers, private centers. Let's create a store for private centers, which will store those with registration number starting with P. So here this will be an empty list that we, and then we have school centers. So this will also store, this will store school centers with registration number starting with S. Thereafter, let's loop through each link. So for linking links, so loop through all links and extract the registration numbers and names. So the text, from the text, say that link dot text, then strip, remove the spaces. This will help you to get clean text from the link, but also I add another function here. If the length, so if length of a text, then split. If the length of this text is less than 2, that means it doesn't have both name and the link and the registration number, then skip. So how do you skip? We write this word continue. This make you to skip if the length of the text is less than 2. That means it does not have registration number and name. So if it does not skip, then we take that registration number found and store it into text dot split. We store it into reg number split. We take the reg number is the first word, so the index is 0. The index is 0. Then let it be uppercase. So here we get the registration number and convert to uppercase. So the next step is also to get the name of school. The name of school will be in, we will separate by space and then join them split from the second word to the throughout to the end, then we remove the spaces by strip function. So after the region we will get the name by this code. So then check if it is a private center, and this will start with P. So if registration number starts with is capital letter P, because we changed it to upper right here. So if it does, it starts with P, then private then append it. You append it to this container we created above for storing the names of the private centers. It is called private centers. So it will store this append into this list. It will append that way. Append then. So it will append in this pattern. The key value reg number will receive the reg number. We receive the reg number, full registration number. Then the name. This will receive name. Okay, center name. And the next is the last four digits. All letters, all characters, all items. Then they will receive reg number starting from the last to this one, last 4 digits of the reg number, this one. And then we close this dictionary this way. So as if assume it is not a private, it does not start with P, that means it is not a private center. So we use this elif. So if it does not start with P, then the reg number probably will start with, we write another condition here, test starts with S, capital S. And then school center now. We store it into the school centers list that container we created, the list container. We will store, we will append all values in this manner. Append this way. So we will have reg number. We have reg number. So it's the same code we used here. Can you also just copy this and try to paste it right here. Yes, exactly, it is aligned. So then this way. Also let me create to pair a list, an empty list that we store the matched values. So this list will only match the pairs of private and school centers. Yes, that way. And then we will have, this is wrong written, that's why it colored differently. Also change this one. Yes. So let's compare each private center with each school center in order that we will get the reality of the private centers, which can be represented by school centers, so that we can dive into the school centers and fetch the region and correspond it to their friend private centers, which are located in the same region but having the same index number. So the index number will help us to go and fetch for them instead of using private centers which don't have the table for region in the web page, then we use the school centers which will represent them. So we want to know which exactly, how many and where are they, and their names, those which go parallel, which represent each other, which stay in the same region. So here we will use the for loop to do that. Say for if for private centers in private centers, then another loop to check for comparison for school in school center. So this is the inner loop that we will start first to check. We start with private and compare with every school center, so that we can make a decision if there is a school center that have the same index, the last 4 digits are the same. So that's why you have 2 for loops. The first for loop we start with private and go through each school center to see if they can match the 4 last digits, the last 4 digits letters, and then we come back and store it, and next until the end. So that's why I have 2 for loops here. So for private in each private centers, for each private center in all private centers, then check for all school centers to see if there is any school center which have a match of the last 4 digits in the registration number. So let's proceed. So in school centers, then if this is also a for loop, then if private last 4 is equal to school last 4 then so if it might ever be said, store this, append this value into the, or store this into the matched. You remember we created a matched here, we created a matched empty list here. So we start to append the value. To append, that means we store into it. So matched dot append, we append what? We append in this manner. So we also take private. Now it's time for school. We will have a column for school reg number. For school reg number, this column will take a school reg number this way. And the last one is matching a school registration number with, and the last one we take the matching school name. Matching school name. This way. So this is with this school will be school. Better to write a school center. Center name, and it will take this way name, but name of the school. Name of the school. So after that, then we have then after that, create a data frame for matched results. So it will be the data frame matched. Yes. And then let's try to review. We will review some first, because they might be many values. So let's also view the first 10 df dot head. Let's view just 10. Okay, see the output. Is it an error or an output? Yes, there is an error. We have forgotten to put this one. Then next, there is an error also. We invalid syntax. Yes, this code can be fixed in what's in private center name. Private center name right here. We also fix it. Yeah? Let's see the error syntax invalid. School reg number. How is the mistake from this cell here? This one, this. This one has to be the small, and also this one has to be small. Let's try. Are we still having an error? Yes. Okay, this one we don't have a comma here and here. This one, so this was not a problem, and this also was not a problem. So let's try to run to see if I print. Oh, still an error. So it said the problem is last for, I think, this capital letter versus not capital letter. So let's try to see the place of last for later. In private here we do have this thing. Then we have still an error. This is learning, so we wait for the output. It is still running, as you can see. So we are waiting for the output because the schools, it goes to each result, and yes, now we are having a code here and schools which have matched. They have a private region number, registration number, we have private center name, we have school registration number and school center name, and they have the same 4 last digit, same 010101 Azania. So this is a school center and this is a private center. So let's move to the next step of identifying the private school centers which don't have or have the corresponding school centers